from the Don and Lorena Meyer studio at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln College of Journalism and Mass Communications, this is Nebraska Nightly.
Good afternoon and welcome to Nebraska Nightly. I'm Austin Ockingay.
And I'm Jackson Ingolstad.
Yesterday, the City Council proposed stricter laws for reckless driving in Lincoln, and we have an update on the Tyler Goodrich's autopsy's results.
But first, the Department of Education is in danger of shutting down. That's our top story. After an executive order from President Trump, the pressure shifts to Congress for the next step in the process of dismantling the Department of Education.
Nebraska Nightly's Dawson Isalo was on campus today to find out how losing the department affects education at UNL.
I'm here at Hensley Hall where education major classes are. A lot of people, especially in this building, are concerned for what the dismantle of the Department of Education might mean. Many have expressed concerns about the federal funding, such as Pell Grants and funding for special education programs.
I'm a student with a disability. The Office of Civil Rights is kind of the one thing we have to rely on. It's the stick at the end of everything. If they don't comply with Section 504, or at the high school level, if they don't comply with the idea, then we don't have any recourse except basically to go to the Department of Education.
Shutting down the department completely would require an act of Congress. Trump has expressed his hope for the support of Congress and stated that it may come before them. I'm Dawson Isalo, Nebraska Nightly.
And turning to the weather now, it was a very windy weekend.
However, the start of your work week has been very pleasant. Looking outside, the sun has given way to overcast skies, but still a very warm and comfortable temperature outside. Currently, 60-degree temperatures with 8-mile-per-hour winds are making your Tuesday afternoon very nice compared to this week's gusty conditions.
As the weather continues to warm up, a hazardous weather outlook has been placed in effect the rest of the week, covering multiple hazards. Southeastern Nebraska will see high fire danger the rest of this week, as well as a risk for scattered or severe thunderstorms beginning tomorrow night until Saturday night. The final aspect of the current hazardous outlook includes a potential rain and, believe it or not, snow mix early Sunday morning.
Tonight, it's looking like cloudy skies clearing as the night progresses. A low temperature of around 37 degrees means a perfect night to get some fresh air, but you might consider bringing a jacket. The wind will die down from around 8 miles an hour to nearly calm.
Taking a look at the rest of the week, it will continue to warm as temperatures will range from the 70s to 80s. As we approach the weekend, the sun will give way to scattered thunderstorms, chances for the severe weather coming Saturday and Sunday. Following some possible showers this weekend, it will cool down but still be comfortable for the start of April on Tuesday.
A proposed dangerous driving ordinance caused debate yesterday at a Lincoln City Council hearing. The ordinance would allow LPD to impound vehicles of drivers cited for racing, reckless driving, and fleeing to avoid arrest on a first offense. The LPD can tow a vehicle at the owner's expense. On a second offense, the vehicle would be towed and impounded for 10 days. The ordinance aims to curb racing and dangerous driving, especially on O Street. Many Lincoln residents spoke at the hearing. Some strongly supported the ordinance as a way to stop noise and dangerous driving.
And I think this is a safety issue. There are 6 people dying. That's not right. And so I think whatever you can do, and I think this is a good start, whatever you can do to reduce the danger on O Street is a good move.
Others spoke against the proposal out of concern for how it may affect families and low-income Lincoln residents.
And all I could think about is the mom who works at Kawasaki, second shift, and when she gets off work, she goes to work at McDonald's for that shift. An impound of her vehicle is going to cost her both of those jobs. If she's in the juvenile court and she is ordered to participate in family therapy and visitation, she's not going to be able to make it to those family visits and that visitation, which is going to impact her reunification plan. That's going to cause trauma to her children.
City Council has not yet voted on the proposal.
After much anticipation, the Herbies Market, located in the Nebraska Student Union, finally hosted its grand opening earlier today.
I think a lot of students take advantage of the student union to actually study and meet with groups and things like that, so they have the opportunity to come through here and grab whatever they need to go to their next class, or even, to leave for the night, so they don't have to stop at the store on the way home.
UNL Dining and Housing Services offered free Pepsi drinks and sushi to any shoppers today at the grand opening, as well as the chance to enter a raffle for Pepsi-themed swag. Students were also given the opportunity to check out the new Just Walk Out Amazon technology featured throughout the market.
I think it's super cool. I mean, I've heard of this happening with other Amazon stores before, and I think it's a really cool idea, so it's interesting to try.
For additional information, visit UNL Dining Services website at dining.unl.edu.
Lincoln's primary election is now open for early voters. Lancaster County Election Commissioner Todd Wiltgen's office is mailing early voting ballots. Individuals who requested one should receive them by the end of the week. Voters can pick up early ballots or vote in person at the election office. Early vote ballots must be mailed to the Election Commission office in the envelope, including with their ballot or by dropping them off in a secure drop box. Ballots are due by 8 p.m. on Election Day. For more information on early voting in Lancaster County, visit lancaster.ne.gov or your local Secretary of State's website.
The final autopsy report of the death of Tyler Goodrich has been filed. The coroner found that the 35-year-old died by suicide. The report confirmed the only present injury was consistent with hanging. Lancaster County Attorney Pat Condon regards the Sheriff's Office investigation as extremely thorough. This concludes the ongoing investigation over the past 16 months. Coming up after the break, an interview with ASUN presidential candidate.
And an update on the Pope. Stick with us.
Social media is a daily part of many college students' lives, something we've become used to, but it can also be overwhelming and draining. Studies show that taking regular breaks from social media reduces stress and improves mental health. Too much screen time has been proven to increase anxiety, while stepping away helps you reconnect with the world around you. Take a break. Protect your mental health.
The need for blood never stops. And at the Nebraska Community Blood Bank, your blood could help save lives. Right now, only 7% of the population donates blood. But imagine if there were more.
We're sitting at below a 7-day level of supply of all blood types across the board. So every blood type is important, and we need all donors of all types to come in and donate right now.
At the Nebraska Community Blood Bank, they believe that all types make a strong blood supply.
Welcome back to Nebraska Nightly.
University of Nebraska student government elections continue to get closer this week. Sophie Farrell was able to sit down and speak to Catalyst's president candidate Libby Wilkins.
Thank you guys. I'm here with Libby from the Catalyst campaign. Welcome, Libby.
Thanks.
It's super nice to have you here, and we just want to get to know more about you. So what do you feel you bring to the table for ASUN?
Throughout my time at UNL, a lot of my time has been spent just learning about leadership practice, leadership theories, and I think that's something that ASUN has maybe undersold in the past, and I think that having a leader in charge of ASUN that can motivate a group of people really well and impactfully connect them with the right opportunities and truly delegate well is essential. And so I think that I do that in a way that is very different than any other candidate, and I hope that that would continue throughout my presidency.
Yeah. Why did you decide to run for ASUN president?
This is actually a fun question because I'm actually not currently involved in student government. And so, people ask me this, they're like, why, this is so random for you to run as student body president. But for me, throughout this past fall, I was really deciding, what do I want my leadership to look like on campus for my junior and senior years of college? I'm involved in a lot of different registered student organizations, and so I was really starting to pare down my leadership involvements. And one of my friends was talking about just the impact that you're able to have through student government, through ASUN, and then they made a comment, and they're like, wait, Libby, you need to run as student body president. And I laughed. I'm like, what do you mean I'm gonna run as student body president? But just the more I learned, the more I recognized that through ASUN, you can truly impact the entirety of campus.
What are some actions you would take if you were ASUN president?
First and foremost, engagement. We truly believe that an engaged student body is a catalyst for change. And so one of the ways that we can change student government, one of the ways that we can actually impact the student body is by getting people involved.
What is one thing that you want people to really remember and take away from the Catalyst campaign?
The first pillar that we decided upon as an executive team was servant leadership. And really that came out of just a deep desire to serve these students. And that's what we've looked for from every single senator who has joined our campaign, for every single person who has joined a committee, is that they're not doing it as a resume booster. They're not doing it because this will be a launch pad into a political career, right? Like, they are doing this because they genuinely care about the students and about this university.
Thank you much, Libby, for speaking with me today. Back to you guys at the desk.
ASUN elections take place on the 1st and 2nd of April, so be sure to go out and vote for your student representatives.
Pope Francis is home from the hospital. The Pope is in stable condition after a 38 stay in the hospital for respiratory illness. He will be receiving treatment at home as he gradually continues to return to work.
Coming up on Nebraska Nightly, a look at Nebraska's performance in the NCAA Wrestling Championships.
Husker football is starring spring practices.
And the Lead Center announces new Broadway shows. Stick with us.
Of the 40 million tons of plastic waste generated in the U.S. in 2021, only 5%, or 2 million tons, was recycled. Make sure you do your part in keeping Anderson Hall clean. For more information on recycling statistics, visit epa.gov today.
Welcome back to Nebraska Nightly. I'm your sports anchor, Bridger Cruz. Nebraska wrestling had themselves a weekend to remember, becoming national runner-ups at the NCAA wrestling tournament, their best finish in program history. This Husker wrestling squad scored a historic 117 team points to secure their second place finish, and the team saw two champions, Ridge Levitt and Antrell Taylor. Now, this was the first time since 2011 that the team has had a national champion, and the first time since 1984 that they've had two different champions. Levitt, a senior, ended his season with a match against Caleb Henson of Virginia Tech. What was a defensive match ended with a 1-0 Levitt victory. He ends his career a four-time All-American and national champion. Antrell Taylor, he ends his season with a familiar face. He faced Joey Blaze of Purdue for the fourth time this month. Taylor secured the win with a 4-2 victory, becoming the first native Nebraskan to win a national title since the year 2000. He's now a two-time All-American and national champion after his sophomore season. But it wasn't just Taylor and Levitt making noise at the tournament. The entire team got in on the fun and left with 8 All-Americans, another program record, with 2 champions, a runner-up, 1 fourth place, and 3 seventh place finishers to help vault the Huskers to their historic finish. And with all of the history being made for the Huskers, the leader of the team, Mark Manning, was named the 2025 NCAA Tournament Coach of the Year. Manning has coached 36 All-Americans and 13 top 10 finishes in his tenure at Nebraska. Media availability was held with the team, and Mark Manning spoke on how to sustain and improve as time goes on.
You know, we love this, but we'd love to change this color. What does it take? Just, you know, a few guys that are the right fit, and that's what works in our program. The people, you know, you look at our team dynamic. Jacob Van D, you know, he was, I don't know, 17th, 15th, something like that.
Husker football kicked off their spring practices looking to build off of last season, where the Huskers broke their 7-year bowl game drought by winning the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl last December. Head coach Matt Rule took the questions as he begins to look towards the offseason. The Huskers prepare for the 2025 season, where they start at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to take on Cincinnati. And back to you guys at the desk for more.
Thank you, Bridger. It's an exciting time for performing arts at UNL. The Lead Center's upcoming 2025-2026 Glen Corf Broadway series shows were revealed last week.
The Lead Center's upcoming 2025-26 Glen Corf Broadway series shows were revealed last week. Disney's Frozen kicks off the season in August, followed by Tina, the Tina Turner musical, in October. A Christmas Story, The Music Man, and Suffs will take stage in 2026. Hadestown will also be available as an add-on to season ticket packages. The announcement came on the 35th anniversary of the Lead Center's dedication. Mayor Lirion, Gaylord Bard, and Governor Jim Pillen declared March 17th Lead Center Day for the occasion. Season package renewals are available for $220, which includes a reserved seat in the same location to 5 shows. Tickets for each individual show went on sale this morning at 11 a.m. For ticket information, visit the Lead Center's website at leadcenter.org.
College can be stressful with exams and deadlines, but some furry friends help lighten the load.
Nebraska Nightly's Hayden Hudson reports on a doggone good time at the Big Red Pop-Up.
With the hustle and bustle of college life, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But don't worry, there are furry friends on campus to help you unwind.
But these aren't regular dogs. They're therapy dogs, brought in to provide comfort to college students.
The Big Red Pop-Up is organized by UNL's Counseling and Psychological Services. And these canine companions make the best distraction from the worry of upcoming exams.
This is the pop-up event that we have every month here. City campus, we're here second Thursday of the month. We're at East Campus the second Wednesday of the month. So we just come so that the students can just pet the stress away.
These pups are trained therapy dogs and are sure to put a smile on your face.
We've had him since he was 2 months old and just started with like puppy manners, obedience classes. Then we started the Good Canine Citizen course. And then from there, we did the advanced training for the therapy dog.
It really boosts your serotonin. And so it's just a really great opportunity to brighten your day after a long, stressful time with midterm exams. And so, yeah, it's a great opportunity to have her here. I just got out of my class and I saw the pop-up outside of the building and I was like, oh my gosh.
This monthly event is done in partnership with 3 local organizations, Domestipup, Uplifting Paws, and Healing Hearts.
The Big Red Pop-Up proves that man's best friend will be there for you even when you're having a rough day. Hayden Hudson, Nebraska Nightly.
Taking a look at our week ahead, it will be nice and warm for your walk to class. 67 degrees for a high tomorrow and a balmy 81 and 82 for the rest of the week. Those storm chances do return this weekend, and we will have a full update on severe weather this Friday.
We'd like to thank you for joining us on Nebraska Nightly.
You can find us on Instagram and X at Nebraska Nightly.
Tune in tomorrow at 4:30 for the first Nebraska Nightly Update show, and again on Friday for our next live broadcast.
Until then, thanks for tuning in and have a good night.
Nebraska Nightly is a production of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln's College of Journalism and Mass Communications.